To do. His focus today the title of the speech is called Jab More. And it's in context of feedback that he's seeking, is he wants to make sure that the illustrations that he uses in his speech are appropriate. And he'd also want you to focus that his call to action is appropriate and strong as well. So at this point I'd like to call Bryson up for Jab More.
You are sitting in the 13th row of a big, huge arena. As you look around, you can see faces in every single seat. And there's not a spare seat in the house for a fly to sit down. The arena is darkly lit, but in the very center, there's some very bright lights pointing down to the 8-sided ring in the middle of the arena. The deafening, roaring crowd is incredible because they're pumped for the main event, which is about to hit the floor. That thick smell of sudsy, cheap beer that comes at a very high price is in the air. You can smell sweat shooting up your nose, and the scent of testosterone is very high. And you actually feel a little bit uncomfortable in your seat because something's about to happen, and this crowd is going crazy. And it starts. Vitor Belfort is already in the ring as Jon Bones Jones crawls his way charismatically into the ring. The door closes behind him, and they're about to groan. Now, UFC 152 is about to begin. And the first couple minutes, the first minute, goes like any other fight. They're going at it, feeling each other out. But soon enough, Jon Bones Jones is mounted on top of Vitor Belfort. And Vitor is on his back and thrusts up and gets his legs around Bones Jones and catches Bones' arm against his leg. Now Jones is in the dominant position, he's over top, but Belfort has his arm. His arm is against Bones' arm, Jones' arm is against Belfort's leg. Belfort is pushing down in his hand, pulling back on his shoulder, and Bones' elbow is a fulcrum, feeling an unbelievable amount of pressure. As you sit there in your seat, you can hear the crack, the grind, the pop. Like splintering wood, you hear it. And you can see his face just in agony. He doesn't tap, but he is feeling it, and you can feel it with him. Mr. Chair and Transforming Speakers, have you ever wondered what it takes to be better than the average, to be exceptional? Jon Bones Jones is exceptional. He did not tap. He pushed through it. And as he said later, he was waiting for it to break. But he kept going. Jon Bones Jones pushed through and kept going. He survived. He didn't tap. He got himself out of it and started working his way back to the top. He got through the first round. He fought and elbowed his way through the second and third rounds. And for 15 minutes, he kept going with one arm, just his jab. You could see him throw his right arm a couple times, but you knew it must have been completely numb because there was no power on it. It was just for show. All he had was just one arm. And for 15 minutes, he battled like that. And in 1 minute, after the first minute of the fourth round, Jon Bones Jones, with one arm, gets Vitor Belfort in a different type of arm lock and makes him tap out. Jon Bones Jones won the match, a championship match. Unbelievable what he did. If you want to show it statistically, you've seen the bell curve before, average distribution or normal distribution. Jon Bones Jones, if this is average, Jon Bones Jones is something like there. That's where he is. He is exceptional. He's what you would call in statistics as an outlier. Absolutely incredible. feat of accomplishment. And he worked very hard to get there. Now, put the athletics aside, where do you think you fit in society? Where are you? What's quote-unquote normal? Well, I'm gonna generalize. That's where you are. Now, your mom told you you're special. My mom did too, but I'm here with you as well. we are normal, and that's a good thing. That's okay. It's good to be normal. That's fine. It's the average. You're doing just fine. But if you want to go from normal to exceptional, to an outlier, what does it take? It's unfortunate that I have to tell you that, from what I can understand, that distance is all about luck, and you may or may not have it. You probably don't. It's sad to say. Because exceptional people generally have a lot of luck on their side. Where they are born, when they are born, the circumstances and environment that they're born into, and the opportunities that are presented to them. Luck has a lot to do with being exceptional. But you do have something on your side. You have a lot of hard work available to you. If you can't get here, or it's very hard to get here, what about somewhere in there? How far is it? It's just a bit more. Vitor Belfort jabbed his way to a victory. And in life, to go from the average to just a bit better than the average, it's just a jab. It's just a bit. It's said that the human body is made up of 80% water. And like water, humans take the easiest path. Water takes the path of least resistance. And humans, generally speaking, do that as well. It's in our behavior because we want to conserve energy. That's how we're built. So we go out and we do what we have to do with the least amount of energy expelled out. So humans are made up of 80% water, and we take the path of least resistance. Doing just a bit more is a drop that can make a bathtub of difference in your world. Can you imagine if you just did a bit more of one thing? What would it give you? If you did just a bit more of one thing, what would you do? If you did that thing, what would that give you? And if you had that, what would that look like? So we all have something that we want. We want to go out and do a marathon. We want to go travel to experience the jungle, to experience whatever it is. There's something that you want to go after. Call it a dream, call it a fantasy, call it whatever you want to call it, but there's something that you want to go after. And doing just a bit more can get you there. Because when you think of that thing, you look down that long road to go to where you want to go. You don't know how you're going to get there. You might have to swim, bike, run, or drive there. That road looks terrifying. It's a long way to go. It's a lot of work, and like John Jones experienced, a lot of pain. To get down that long road, sometimes you just need to take a little step here and there, doing just a bit more every single day, to jab every day towards that goal. The challenge is, sometime in the next 3 days, schedule a time in your scheduler to spend just 5 minutes to think about the future. Just schedule 5 minutes sometime in the next 3 days to think about your future. Just do a bit. Start there. And when you think about the future, you're thinking about what you want to go after, what you want to achieve, and doing just a bit more every single day to bring you closer to that goal. And when you think about those things you want, think bigger. Mr. Chair.